Yeah, I think it does too.
And I think obviously the CGI is caught up so that, you get to see those superpowers in really cool and unique ways. So now that we got through the movies, I wanted to talk about the games. Okay, so what are some of your guys' favorite X-Men
The arcade
games?
game, obviously.
I was just going to say, hands down, it's the arcade game.
I think that's the only X-Men game I've played.
The only great one.
No.
I didn't have
X-Men Legends?
Legends was good.
Oh, Legends was amazing.
What was
are you
Legends
talking
again?
Really good.
That was like the top-down kind of RPG,
was that like on
four-player.
GameCube, like that era, or was it?
Yeah,
360?
it was around that time. I think it was Xbox. It might have just been regular Xbox. It was a while ago.
It was probably.
It was so much fun. You had an RPG, so you'd level up your characters.
I remember that. I think I played a
fun.
version of that game on the 360. My brother. And I got.
But yeah, speaking of the Konami beat 'em up game, did you guys ever play the 6-player one? I think it still has the Guinness record of like an arcade cabinet with the most like beat 'em up with the most controllers.
No, I think ours just had 4.
That's what I remember.
Did you guys ever play as Dazzler?
No.
I think I always play as like Wolverine, Cyclops.
You know what's funny is there's
staples.
There's a cartoon that is based off of, like, before the X-Men cartoon, like, that we all loved in the 90s.
Yeah.
In the 80s, like late 80s, there was just like a hour long show
Called Dazzler.
No, but it has Dazzler in it, and I was like, "Is that where Dazzler came from?" And if you look at it, it's all the same art, and it's definitely like that arcade game was based on this like 1989 1 hour long X-Men cartoon. So it's a really good. Check it out.
See, I don't know why they don't. So the other X-Men game that's a. Now they've real quick they re-released that arcade game on Xbox, and I've played it. It's not the same.
No,
got to be standing
gotta have
up.
The joysticks.
Got to be standing up.
In quarters.
with a stomach full of pizza.
Exactly. Animatronic mouse singing in the background.
Yeah, the other ones. Did you play the Sega ones and stuff?
Absolutely.
Those were not good games.
Yeah, they were.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they were. For the time, they were awesome. You could be a superhero.
I mean,
I remember there was a Sega game.
Do what you want to do.
There was a Sega game. Correct me. I don't remember the subtitle, but it was X-Men Children of. It wasn't Children of Adam. I know that game. That's the fighting game that was amazing.
Fighting games.
Where you could be Omega Red. Holy crap!
I liked Iceman.
yeah.
I'm always Iceman.
I know. But the game, I remember when you put it in, it starts you like immediately. There's no start. It just starts you with a character randomly. There's like 4 or 5 characters if I remember. But I remember hitting reset because I always wanted to be like one. I can't remember which one it was, but I would just keep hitting reset until I got that character. And sometimes it would take like 8 resets to get cycled into this character. And then you would get to a start screen and then you could like pick your character. But I wanted to always start. Yeah, you're a kid. That crap mattered. Right. So I played a lot of the X-Men game. Now the one that I probably played the most of was the fighting games. X-Men Children of Adam, X-Men versus Street Fighter. Did you play any of those?
Nope.
You didn't play any like the SNK Fighter?
Nope.
Or like
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Marvel versus Capcom?
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Those have X-Men in them.
Yeah, it's not as great as the Marvel or the X-Men arcade game though. That's like my favorite.
I still think those fighting games are some of the coolest.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Well, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is like still one of the staple fighting games.
Yeah.
I think it's still played in tournaments.
I pumped so many quarters. I probably could have got through college.
I'm not very good. I just
money.
button mash,
That's all you had to do. Like, rah, that was Wolverine's thing, right? So yeah, some great video games. I don't understand why there's not more X-Men video games. Like, you know what I mean? I guess now there's a,
They had like Wolverine, Animatium Rage or something.
Yeah, well, the Wolverine game for the Xbox, I think it was Xbox 360, was really good. It was like brutal too. It had like stealth moments of it too, which was kind of cool. Kind of playing off of his animalistic nature, and it kind of had that God of War like beat 'em up comboing. So very, very good. But I don't know if it's maybe a licensing issue where they can't get all of the licensing problems of it.
Well, it's expensive, and then some of those games just don't do well normally, so it's harder to take a gamble.
Now, we got to get to the board games. We've got some good X-Men board games. Now, the one that jumps right out of my mind is Legendary, because you get to play it. But that's got Marvel. But you know what?
Marvel, right?
Now, there is a game called X-Men Revolution, and it's based off of another, well, it's not a carbon copy, but it's similar to this other game. It's called Spartacus. I forget the name of the subtitle. But in that game, you're like fighting in an arena, like gladiator style. But in the X-Men Revolution, you're fighting in the Danger Room. But it kind of...
Danger Room? Wait.
Yeah. But it's got this kind of ham-fisted approach to, like, you have students and then you have other heroes who come and help you. It's not that great of a game, but the one that I wanted to ask you about, because I've never really delved into it, is Heroclix. Now,
oh yeah,
is it because the one thing I've heard about that, kind of like the Dice Masters game, the special does each character have a special ability or no?
Yeah, they have special abilities, but like,
do they make sense context wise?
yeah, they do. So like, you'll have like a regeneration ability if you're Wolverine. You have like regeneration ability. So like, and the idea with Heroclix is as you if you get hit, you have to turn your little dial, and now you have new stats and new abilities. So like, if you get to like click 3, Wolverine will have like his regeneration ability, and then if that you have to do something to get it to tick off. You can turn it back the other direction.
Yeah. And then, but how do they do it with like other characters like Iceman and Gambit and stuff like that?
It'd be like you have better movement. Or
so you're
whatever.
quicker and stuff. So Quicksilver can move around the board quicker, or maybe make multiple.
Like 10, right, exactly.
Okay.
So then they have cards with each character. So then it'll tell you like, oh, this is this special ability. This is what that means for this character. So you can do different things.
Gotcha.
Like you'd be able to like freeze somebody or something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
I need to get into it, but it's just the storage of all that stuff. That stuff is going to be a pain.
Board games, David.
I have I have tons of them. We can just bring them over. I have a lot. Me and my brother, we just went and we were like adults when we got into it.
That's always
so
the
we
best.
had like disposable income and the internet.
Exactly.
And we just bought like everything off the internet.
Well, that's the thing. When you buy a couple of them, you're like, we should get the whole team. I mean, we have to, right?
Yeah.
You have to get.
And they're great looking figures. You gotta.
Yeah, we've got Apocalypse here.
Yeah, they're really cool. And like,
is there a co-op function? Can you play? Can there be like a AI bad guy, or is it just
no?
It's
you
just
have somebody be the bad guy. You could do like 2 versus 1 or 3 versus 1,
and one person's a little bit stronger.
You would need to because there's a lot of strategy. You want to stay out of range, out of line of sight. Like those like boards,
miniature combat.
Yeah, miniature combat. So if you were trying to do it during AI, like how would you decide it to make a good move?
Right.
I mean, I could figure out a way to play by myself, but
of course you could.
It's not intended for that.
Okay. Let's last thing on X-Men, and then we'll talk about maybe some other stuff. What is your guys' favorite X-Men of all time, and why?